And welcome to our weekly Icarus patch notes. I'm here with Carl, so I'm quickly hopping over to Discord to get him back in. Hey Carl, how you doing?
Doing good in you?
Not bad, not bad. It's weekend again. New updates, new content, more time to play. I'm good.
Good. Yes, I hear you click open something that should be a beer, but it's not,
Nah, it ain't
so...
no beer. Beer I'll drink from a bottle.
It's also a good point. True, true. You have more class than to drink canned beer, yes. Yes.
Yeah, here we don't really drink beer from cans that much. We usually drink
Yeah,
from
same.
bottles.
No, same here, realistically. It's just sometimes a bit more convenient. But either way, no, it's good. So we're ready for the patch notes?
Yes, sorry. We're at
Let's
week
see.
145. We got cows, milk, and most importantly, cheese. Well, for me, more importantly, is pizza, but okay.
Yeah, well, see. If those combinations, it should be possible.
Exactly. So, dairy farming has been added to Icarus, with all new calves to purchase, rear, and milk. Is your English better than mine?
Possibly, perhaps. Why?
Rear,
Where is this?
rear for me means behind, like the backside.
No, rearing is also a term used for raising, so
Ah,
it's
okay.
it's different. It can also be used for that. Yeah,
To purchase, raise, and
it's not
milk.
as
Okay.
common though. Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to week 154. Now, cows, milk, and dairy products have arrived on Icarus, opening up new recipes and farming systems to use. With new animals also come new trophies that can be crafted and placed your base, obviously. And lastly, we got a preview of a new weapon type that is coming to Icarus next week. First of all, quick note about for the people who play with Nvidia graphics card, like me. If you're using an Nvidia GPU and you have updated your drivers recently to 565.90 or newer, you may be experiencing more frequent crashes with Icarus and other games. We've contacted Nvidia and let them know. In the meantime, we suggest reverting to driver version 561.09R. Just saying.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
unlike
AMD drivers
AMD's,
you
which
don't
are
have
fine.
to,
Yes,
yeah,
AMD is fine. Yeah,
you
AMD
don't
has
have
no
to
problems.
downgrade, but that's because AMD drivers are crap from itself already.
No, mine doesn't crash every other day, so
And neither does mine. But I'm running a proper setup.
yeah,
Intel and Nvidia, baby.
yeah.
Anyway, nice picture of two cows, cow and a calf, I don't know, bovine creatures. A couple of notable improvements. The deep wood veins, which were mentioned in last week's or the week before the patch notes, they will now appear in the null sector zones in Prometheus, also in existing open worlds. This fixes an issue last week, where it would not appear on existing prospects but only on new ones. They now also appear on existing open worlds. 6 possible locations in the ice sheet. Stone jaws now take damage while wet if they're enraged. You know, where they like start glowing and spitting lava. Now if you throw water bomb at them or use flamethrower or whatever, and you make them wet, they take damage from it. Wetness is removed from them after 5 seconds though, keep that in mind. The fire extinguisher is now an effective anti-stone jaw weapon. It's good because those guys are pretty well armed. Or armored, I should say. So if you shoot them with bow and arrow, you usually hit a hardened point.
True.
Another fixed issue where if you finish the finality mission, you got like the 3 extra talent points. No extra level cap, but you got 3 extra talent points for all current and future characters until you restart the game, and then those talent points were gone. They have fixed it now. The issue with the talent points not always being granted from the null sector of finality mission and the associated exploit with brand new characters has resolved. If you have completed the mission and you have the account flag, all of your characters receive the 3 bonus talent points. Once only, obviously. So since I have finished that mission already on my solo character, if I now create a new character, I start out with 3 talent points. Also, every character which was at level cap already got this 3 extra talent points. I'm not gonna spend it yet though, cause there is some more talents coming. So I'm holding on to those 3 talent points for now. Another notable improvement, the teenage cave worm fire resistance has been reduced from -1000 to -100. I actually did a thumper yesterday during stream, and I got a couple of them teenage cave worms, and like one very short burst from the flamethrower completely killed it.
Oh, so it's, yeah.
So it was, yeah, they died way too quickly. So that has been fixed now, which I think is a good thing, because again it was way too easy. Right, this week, cows and milk. Now cows have come to Icarus. You can now purchase calves from the orbital workshop and can bring them down to your prospects, where you will need to then raise them up into cows, the same way you raise like Tyrannus, Moas, buffaloes. So you start out with a juvenile and then you have to like raise them up into the adult cows. Now when the calves mature, they will become cows, not bulls yet, but only cows, and periodically produce milk if they are kept fed and watered. 2 new items for milk collection have been added, the milk pail and the milk bottle. The milk pail, to be crafted in the anvil, and its successors, like the forge in the foundry, holds 5 liters of milk, but the milk will slowly spoil, and once spoiled, the pail will empty. Milk bottles, on the other hand, craftable on the glass working bench, holds 2 liters of milk, but the milk inside will not spoil. Milk can then be crafted into cream or cheese, or even drunk on its own for a stamina buff. Which is interesting, because drinking milk is not a food buff.
It might be one of those short, like, tea or coffee buffs, which stack even on top of it. It doesn't take a stomach slot, but it does
Yeah,
have a slightly
like way faster.
mid-term terminology buff. It's not like
Yeah,
half an hour. But
way faster expiration. I reckon it's gonna be indeed like the tea and the coffee and such. Now, cream and cheese can be used as an intermediary for some newer recipes, including butter, pavlova, bacon patties, cheese pizza, yay pizza, and rolls, with more coming in the future. Um, by the way, you can use cream to make coffee with cream, which is a different buff from coffee. Which means we have the green tea, the honey tea, the gorse tea, hot cocoa, hot coffee, and we're gonna get the hot coffee with milk, which would be like 6 drink buffs to heat you up. With
interesting.
6 of those drink buffs and a fur armor on, you will overheat in the Arctic.
Let's see if you could die. That might be an objective. Let's see how warm you can make it. Get all the buffs going, and then strip naked, and then go into the Arctic. You know, maybe
I've
that'll work.
I've done it with not sure whether it was fur armor or composite armor, but then 5 of those hot drink buffs, and I had to be careful not to overheat. At some point, I actually had to drink ice water to cool down again. It was very funny. But if you look at the buffs, If my yeah, there we go. So strawberries and cream, some extra health, extra stam. From the looks of it, it's gonna be war. I don't know. Something 50 max health. Can't really see. Gonna be like 100 max stam and extra experience gained. And like the cheese pizza has health and stamina, stam
Oh,
regen, so it could be a replacement for the flatbread.
let's just take a look here. Definitely one thing is that are adding more health, but it's easy to craft those. So it really just depends. I mean, obviously it's not easy because you need to rear cattle in order to obtain it.
True, true.
So considering that, uh, shared experience gain and experience gain, 150 health and 125 stamina is definitely nice for the cheese rolls. That's just decent. But the critical damage on the bacon patty is butty is also nice. Plus
Yep.
high tier or upper tier buffs and
Plus 25%
basically,
health regen. Not bad.
yeah, it's not bad, but it's basically that's on the others as well. On the cheese roll, which should probably be simpler. But it's definitely the crit damage, but the reload speed is also interesting, and charge speed, charge. That's the drawing speed,
Isn't isn't that for
charge.
the javelins and the throwable knives?
I don't know. Charge
That
speed,
that's what's using a
charge.
charge. Like the longer you keep the right mouse button
Maybe it's more like I'm
clicked,
not sure. It's not that. I mean, maybe yeah, but I know
press
it's
and
not.
hold. The longer you hold the right mouse button, the more it charges and the
It's
more
sort of.
power
Yeah,
behind the throw. Obviously, it's going to be
yeah,
slower throw, but less drop off and do more damage. That is
yeah.
actually charge. So
True, but I mean, I would say it's not the biggest thing. But yeah, the 50% stamina regen. But I mean, we don't really have stamina issues much
exactly,
for the
and
cheese
like
pizza.
the
So
experience. Hey,
yeah,
max level. Don't care about
probably
experience
just
no more. But,
probably just a crit damage buff would be nice. So bacon butty being depends on the ingredients, but we'll see. Bacon is a yeah, it's a bread, so you might need dough, but we'll see. But moving
the
on.
pavlova might be interesting also for the 20% chance to resist the cave sickness.
Yeah, I know that's not too bad, and it's also but it's stone whilst mining. So yeah, I mean, stone is just
Uh,
you're gonna eat it out of your bag. I think I have no idea
well,
how you.
I'm making a lot of concrete now on my solo open world. Because
I
I'm
mean,
making the
that's it.
mountain fortress. I'm rebuilding mountain fortress in concrete.
Yeah,
Or building a new mountain fortress in concrete. And man, do I need a lot of stone. And a lot of
yeah,
silica.
yeah. I
Uh,
mean,
but yeah, the 20% chance to resist cave sickness is nice if you do a lot of mining. However, I think as soon as you get to like this point where you can make these kind of foods, you
you
should
should have the
have the
tablets,
drills already.
but you should also have tablets to get rid of the cave
The
sickness.
pills,
I mean,
yeah, and prevent it,
pills,
yeah.
prevent it and get rid of it. So yeah,
And
realistically,
the added advantage of the purple pill is you don't have the stamina debuff in the caves, so that's good.
yeah, exactly, which is why you want it. So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
moving on, trophies.
so with new animals come new trophies, obviously, in the calf and the cow versions. Craftable on the trophy bench. A reminder though, you will have to kill and collect the vestiges of both calves and cows to be able to craft these. So don't get too attached to your bovine friend.
Yep.
Uh, Early next year, we'll be finally be getting into the whole husbandry. This edition is part of a bigger project we've been working on that we hope to bring out early next year, husbandry. Specifically with cows, bulls, chickens, roosters, sheep and rams. We will be introducing a way to breed your animals to create new juvenile ones. So I can finally breed my own chickens and I can start eating chicken food without having to buy new chickens from the workshop all the time. The same with sheep and cow. We have this working internally, but we want to spend some more time testing and honing all the functionality to make sure it fits the game well and is rewarding to use. And here's an interesting one for you. We are also looking into having some inherited traits. to further the
Oh.
system.
Yeah, now it depends if it's only going to be, I mean, for example, increased milk glands to have better milk yields or more milk being milked from certain cows where you'd want to sort of breed it is
Maybe
one
some
thing.
more
But
milk, more health, color.
but
I don't
but
know, pattern.
that's the thing. But yeah, different the color, but definitely also expanding that towards, the wolves or your pigs or whatever you're, sort of using as defendable items. So they get like a toughness skill or an HP buff or attack buff or a speed buff. And yet again, here's also another thing which they might consider is also giving negative buffs. So
Yeah, you could
characteristics or
inherit a
traits that you
negative
don't
trait.
want.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So you would want to breed specifically or get a certain trait which is a positive only, and then there's a very low chance of a negative, but don't make it a guarantee. It takes a little bit of RNG and a lot of couple of breeding cycles in order to get that really nice cow or creature or wolf or something that took a lot of effort to sort of breed basically. So
Yeah.
so you get a rewarding sense for having a top tier thing and not just stick one over the other and then bang, it's easy peasy.
Oh,
So,
I agree.
so both negative traits and positive
Yeah.
traits is the point that they need
But
to
they are
consider.
at least they're looking into it. So
Yeah,
they're not saying no, not gonna happen. They're definitely looking into it. So here's to
that's
hoping.
yeah, true, 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 and especially for color variations and like fur patterns or something to that effect, which would be pretty cool. I
Oh,
know it's just cosmetic, and that's the thing. People usually go pretty damn crazy for cosmetic. So
yeah.
just saying.
Now, alongside the whole husbandry, we plan on updating the talent tree to include these husbandry changes and a few features that have been added over the years but haven't been incorporated into the talent tree fully. So I have this one character which I use on my main open world, specialized in farming. That one in husbandry. So that one definitely I'm gonna have to spend a lot more talent points in husbandry once they extend that part. Yeah, it might mean let's create yet another character like fully focused on husbandry. I don't care.
Might do, yeah.
So next week the assault rifle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So next week we plan to release the second new type of weapon in the series we have been debuting, the first of which was the flamethrower. Now the assault rifle will be Icarus' first automatic assault rifle, which may seem overkill for the current value encounter, but will make a lot more sense with some other upcoming features that will require a bit more firepower. Ooh, automated assault rifle.
Now here's the thing, it's a rifle, so I will get bonuses. Mwahaha. I doubt it, but that's why I have a rifle character as well. But it will be interesting to see what the damage numbers are, how large
Yep,
the magazine is, what the fire rate is. The
true,
accuracy
true.
will probably be perfect because there is no real challenge in the sense to make.
There is the recoil.
No, no, but it's not like, you're playing Sniper Elite 2 or something where you have to consider, arc and
Bullet
whiz
drop
and
and wind,
crossbow and bullet drop and
etc. And
geometric curve of the planet. Yeah,
earth
true, true.
rotation and
Yeah,
everything.
rotation, to get that shot in from like 3 kilometers away, kind of thing. No, so it's just point and click and run away.
Well,
So
if you do it proper, you don't need to run away. Then it's
yeah,
point and click. But yeah,
well, if you also don't have like 300 ms lag or something, just being like, oh my god, it's below, and then died, So we'll see. It will be pretty cool to see how it goes, but it is as you mentioned, an indicator that there are either going to be significant challenges ahead to warrant such
well,
a
there are gonna
sort of
be. I can tell you already.
escalation of force, but it is interesting. So, but also with the miniguns and stuff like that already, it's also pretty cool. So we'll see. Hopefully they have like waves of creatures attacking your bases at certain points. Like trying
Sort
to
of King of
push.
the Hill, or
Well,
sorry, a horde mode.
Yeah, like a horde mode, but it's just on a certain, like, I mean, yet again, I'm reminded of Fallout 4, where, you know, your settlements would be attacked by various type of gangs of mutants or raiders, and
Well,
as a result,
currently
you
you
would go
have
through
the odd
clearances.
and the odd drugs on Prometheus attacking your base. But
Yeah, it's not exactly the same, but yeah, it is what it is.
anyway, new support makes these updates possible. Currently they have only the dynamic set complete the set listed with no discount no more.
Yes, discounts are finished.
Maybe in the future there will be discounts again, but this week there's no more discount.
Black Friday should be around the corner. I'm not sure exactly when it is, but it's around this period, so we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go through the new content. Quite a bit. Um, so fixing it so calves only grow up into cows for now, not into bulls because whole husbandry isn't there yet.
Mm.
Cow talent tree icon, cow icon talent icon.
Sorry, I have to keep that joke in my head.
Spill it out.
Yeah, because I don't think bull milk will actually be what you're after. So, yeah, no. So
Yeah, I
definitely
don't
having
think that'll
cows.
give it much of a food
Yeah,
buff, you know.
no, 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 exactly. So let's just definitely keep it to normal cows. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see a bit more on cows and calves. Fuzzy search on customer combo box widget has been
Oh, physics
tweaked. Show exact
to
match
car.
first. Sorry? Oh yeah.
No, no, just physics to
Yeah, physics.
the fuzziness of the cow's tails, which is what crashes in video now. You see, that's the thing. You know, we don't even have it on AMD, so you know, we don't have these crashes. So you know,
Added parent character variable to the Icarus character and Icarus character recorder component. Uh, Currently used to record and restore a juvenile's birth parent, and I reckon will also be used for inheritable traits.
yeah, probably, yeah. But yeah,
Domestic juveniles can now be led and tamed even if they have a parent creature. You
which
know, where the Moa and the Buffalo and the Tyrannus, you have to kill the parent before you can actually
yeah,
grab the juvenile. Well, for the tamed ones, the domesticated ones, you don't want to have to kill the cow before you can lead the calf away. So,
true, true.
let's see. Yeah, small amount of physics sim took off coattails. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Respawn part work. Cow, cheese, recipes, etc. being unlocked. Milk spoiling added. Extreme behavior. Milk can now be consumed directly for a stamina regen and shared experience bonus. It now
Yeah,
provides water when consumed, so it quenches your thirst.
mm, could be viewed as a source if you could put a cow basement somewhere in, you know, or and like if you build a base in the lava or something in the null sector. So maybe if they survive in the AC condition underground,
Well, the
you
thing
know,
is there,
storage
you
pen.
can't call down a part with the so you can't call down a part in
You
the
can
null sector.
herd them in.
So you have
You could
to
just
call down the part just outside the null sector. Then you can
yeah.
grab the crate, put it in your inventory,
I
bring it
thought
to the base.
you should be able to leash or lasso cattle and just
Yeah,
walk them
but it's
through
gonna
it.
be slow. It's way faster and safer just to grab the crate, jump on your mower, and run like heck to your base.
No, this is true. This is true. But that takes the fun out of it. You know, things should be difficult. You'll just have to corral your cattle into the null sector and
As
protect them.
for water in the null sector, we're specifically talking the lands, because in the ice sheets the deep freezers are producing ice again. In the lands, what I've done is put down a freezer, so I can bring loads
Ice.
of
Yeah.
ice, and then I put down a metal rain reservoir, hook it up to the water network, throw some ice in it, it melts there, it provides water to my base.
Yep.
Working
Sounds
very
like
good.
a plan. Yeah, yeah. But let's see here.
And see,
It's
cows produce a liter and a half every 10 minutes if they're fed and watered, and they hold a maximum of 30 liters.
that's a fair amount. And calf and cow and bull trophies. I don't really think. I mean, a bull trophy sounds cool.
Yeah, big
A
horns.
cow or a calf?
Eh, you know, kill it, skin it, make a trophy. It'll give you bestiary progress.
Probably, but I just prefer to eat it. So,
You can still eat it.
oh yeah, but I mean, mounting its head on the wall, yeah,
Eh,
yeah.
use it as a coat hanger, especially the bull one.
Oh yeah, no, of course, but that's the thing. The bull one has, a reason to put it, But
You saw the image above. It had pretty nice horns.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a nice steer. Oh, well, probably not. It's probably decent. Yeah, no, it's good.
Um, Workshop crates that spawn juvenile NPCs will automatically start the taming process and make the spawned NPC follow interacting player. So you grab it from the crate, you open the crate, it will automatically start taming,
Mm,
and it will be by default set to follow for the player who unlocks the crate.
yep.
More recipes.
Yeah. I'd say something about
Milk, milk
resetting milk
resources.
oil timer. Yeah.
Fix food tag on the new dairy items, so they can be put in food slots, icebox, refrigerator, deep
Mm,
freeze, etc.
mm, yeah.
Yeah, see,
Coffee is
new.
now correctly crafted without cream, and adding cream now grants coffee with cream flavoring. So you said there was a different buff, so definitely, adding milk into the one, having two buffs going into the Arctics is definitely not a bad idea. So
Currently, you already had 5 hot drinks, and
yeah, yeah.
I've tested it out multiple times. You can have 5 different hot drink buffs active at the same time, and each of them adds 10 degrees to your temperature. So you
Yeah,
can
you're 50 degrees, yeah.
you can run outside in the night in the middle of a storm and still not freeze.
Sounds like good preparation.
So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Fixes. Lupine extraction wasn't granting in place ability to craft Black Wolf items. This has now been fixed. More translated text added to the operation selection button, especially good for the players who play in a different language than English. Fixed animation on gears as the small ones driving the stone. So this must be the windmill.
Mm, yeah.
Turned out to be a seeming limitation on how many times a bone is able to rotate in an animation in Unreal Engine 4. So let's see. Stone yours not take damage while wet. Oh, foul extinguisher water usage has increased. Well, I did
Hmm.
already say it's using water very, very, very slowly. So sure,
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
just
not,
have to refill it a bit quicker. Yeah.
still don't haven't used it, but it's okay. And
Oh, trust me, I have.
so some audio changes.
Fixed final null sec 3 character talents awards. We talked
Mm,
about it before.
yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
basically.
so additive logic, so frozen wood veins will now spawn on existing prospects, so you
Yeah.
should be able to now go take a look to see if you can
Yeah.
find some.
Yeah, it was mentioned in the notable improvements already as well.
Okay. And then the resistance from damage is down so that they don't instantly melt when you
Yeah,
use
this is good.
flamethrower. And future content.
Quick prototype of a mission radio device that acts as the contact device when held in your hand, so you can kick missions off while not being as a contact device.
Mm.
That's gonna be very handy.
Interesting.
When I was doing missions in the null sector, I only had a contact device in my main base. So after each and every mission, I had to run all the way back to my main base until someone told me like, hey, you know Captain Crunch? You can start your missions from there as well. That saved me a lot of time.
Okay. Useful. It's like a radio. It's like a walkie-talkie where the people just tell you go here and do the mission. I'm assuming. I have no idea how it actually works, but yeah.
No idea. But you have to be able to like see the mission tree and click on a mission and then
Yep.
like start it something to
Yep.
that extent.
Ice mammoth trap.
Yeah, description and lore. It's
How
gonna
do
be.
you trap an ice mammoth?
Or is it a trap made with ice mammoth parts?
Ah, yes, because there is the scorpion trap thingies. So
Yep.
what you would actually use, probably like the rib cage. You know, the picture of those massive creature rib cages that we saw. You know, there was an action ice mammoth where you could build a trap to capture the big world crawler thingy magodge.
Capture Big Blue?
Yeah,
Not gonna happen, mate.
and then you could tame him and then ride him into battle. Yes, sounds perfect.
Well, he won't have any issues with going around mountains. He'll just step over the mountain.
Yeah, pretty much.
Almost. Man, that thing is massive. Whew. An ice mammoth is not even knee high to the guy, man.
No, I know. Like I said, when we talked about the dimensions, I was closer. You thought it
Oh
was
yeah,
you, I I
you
would
were way
jump and then
closer.
reach him. I'll be able to jump and then reach his like belly, and I'm like,
Yeah,
guy, if you jump, you'll barely reach the top of his hoof.
exactly.
So yeah,
You were so much closer, man. Once I saw it in game, the guy himself was like, yeah,
yeah,
no, not gonna happen.
yeah,
I'm gonna swiftly make my way the other way,
yeah.
like the other way around.
He didn't see me, or he did see me, and he just thought I was an ant and ignored me. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's. But let's carry on then.
Great hunt device,
Yeah.
workshop
So
crafted,
that's
and bring it down
great hunt
to, I
device,
reckon,
great hunt
start a great
device.
hunt. So yeah, can
Holy.
now access hunts or open the crafting menu depending on, or
Yeah.
open the crafting menu depending on
True, but there's
interact point.
just
Does that mean that you can like craft those bioweapons planet side?
probably on my child. You should be, but it says here add
Hmm.
scorpion, sandworm, lava hunter, black wolf, slug, lava hunter, ice mammoth, rock golem, and great ape items to the great hunt
Yeah.
device.
Or
So
maybe
yeah,
you like send the bio stuff back up like you do with exotics, and then from the device you can craft your weapons and call it back down from the space station. So you don't
doesn't
have
make
to
much
like
sense.
fly back up in order to craft weapons and then drop back
I
down
think
again.
I think it's just making the items actually just planet side. I don't see why you would need to complicate it by having it workshop based. You would just have to have the materials locally downstairs, down on the planet side.
Cause you need this biolab research thing, which, for if I remember correctly, was stated to be in the space station.
I don't know. I don't know.
Bioresearch lab, something.
Mm.
Nah. Rock Golem trophy lamp. Okay.
Ooh, that's an interesting one because if it's a rock golem lamp, it might be very similar to your Echo
The
Arts lamp thing,
the geode lamps.
the Geolab thing. Yeah, which is
Yeah, to set and forget don't need no fuel thingies.
exactly. So maybe that's like just bringing,
I don't
some
know. It's
possibility
a Rock
to.
Golem trophy lamp, so our hope is going to be bigger. And
True, but I think it would be glowing somehow. I'm
yeah.
hoping. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Modifying world stats subsystem so it can incorporate all of prospect stats, great hunt stats, and custom game stats into the world stats list, and calls update appropriately when required. We getting
Mm,
modifications to our worlds?
perhaps based upon how many it's like a aggro escalation system where if you've killed certain amount of animals, the bosses would then spawn. It's not like you would
Would be
just have
nice.
all the world bosses and they would just go there and you would farm them. No, you need a certain level of hunting that pissed off the local ape boss for him to actually warrant showing up, kind of
Come and attack
system.
your base.
Yeah,
Ah,
and
that's gonna be nice.
hence hence the whole sentries and needing more firepower.
Yeah, that's gonna definitely gonna be interesting then.
Yeah,
And not an early game, the Great Hunt. Definitely a late game.
yeah, again, makes sense. Uh,
Mm-mm-mm. Make ice version of the rock golem juvenile spawner.
well, they talked about the variations. Yes, last week.
Yep.
Uh,
Uh, Added deployable
interest.
landing pad tier 4 with meshes, animations, textures and materials. Also added meshes to
Yeah,
blueprint.
yeah.
Are we
Added
finally gonna get
power.
our
Yeah,
landing pads?
yep. Added power requirements to light up the landing pad. So I'm assuming it needs power, obviously, to be able to. And
Uh,
it's a landing pad tier tech 4. So yeah, filled up interior holes and some
yeah.
sort of texture.
So
So yeah,
I'm gonna be glad if we finally get our landing pad so we can
yeah.
uh,
Pull down to a
like
consistent spot. Yeah.
we can have them land where we want them to land
Yep.
and not right next to the base
Yep.
and have it damage the base upon takeoff again.
That's exactly what it will do. So just I don't know how much power. It probably wouldn't take that much power. It's just sending a beacon and some lights. So it should be pretty easy to make. So, but then yeah,
Um,
and then land sculptures and
Adding unique sledgehammer events depending on what sledgehammer is used. So we're gonna tweak it a little bit. Um,
ooh,
Update the
progress
message for
on
the item
gargantuan.
Sledgehammer Ice Mammoth. Ah, so get an Ice Mammoth Sledgehammer. Cool.
Yeah, probably tons of weapons or items even.
Also, DLC 2 added new sand variant materials for remaining cliffs and large rocks. What, you mine them, you get sand instead of stone?
Yeah, you get
Huh.
little. You get
Well,
like
sand
sand
is,
cement. So
if you smelt sand, you get glass.
true.
So as an alternative for silica to glass. But it's for
Could be. Yeah.
DLC 2, so I reckon it's for the Elysium. Yeah, the added textures, update materials for the different mineral variants of the juvenile rock golem was mentioned last week as well, yeah. Progress on Gargantuan Great Hunt missions D, C, and C2. Gargantuan Great Hunt. Sounds big. Gonna be interesting.
Jeez.
Landing pad preview mesh been fixed. Adding rock golem gauntlet upgrades. Cool, cool. There's a lot about the new weapons there.
Mm.
Adjustments to ice pillar audio culling and volumes. Added boss biome FMOD parameters to set a reverb for each. Adjustments to ballistic travel and impact. Ooh. The ice pillars is for the ice mammoth boss. Where it said last week where it's gonna like
Shoot
kick ice
projectiles. Yeah, yeah,
towards
yeah, yeah,
ice
yeah.
projectors towards the
Mhm.
players. Yeah.
Mm. That's also mentioned over there. DX12 plus ray tracing information.
Adding buildable dawn bar wood 1 by 1, 1 by 2, and 2 by 2. Huh.
Pre-built things, possibly.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's a buildable.
Well, it's barn, yeah, so it's just a big building door, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, just big doors.
Well, it's gonna be like too high door or something.
Of course,
I don't
because
know.
riding a rock golem, it's quite a big mount. It's not as
I don't
big as
know.
a
I haven't
dog,
seen. I
but
haven't seen it yet. So.
I would imagine the rock golem is probably, you know, 2 stories. You would need a barn to sort of door to get it through. You're not going to fit it through a normal door. it's probably going to be like 4 times bigger than a bison. So it's or buffalo or whatever they're called. So
For the ice mammoth boss, added frost spots to the larger ice projectiles, or as to both the ice pillars and ice mammoth that applies a cold or slow that then becomes frostbite.
mm,
Ooh, some more stuff to take into account when fighting the ice mammoth.
yeah, you just use the the heat bandages, so
Yeah.
it should be fine. But you need to have them, yeah. So.
Okay, resistance for this. Ice mammoth then entrance.
New features. So.
Adding frosted wind, gust, ice crack for potential use and overlap of frosted spot. Audio. It's fixing bestiary progressive stats for ape and juvenile. Gonna get juvenile apes as well. Cool.
Yeah. I think I was under the impression that we get juveniles for all of them. Eventually.
Resaving some elephant assets to try and fix some kind of error.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's obviously because you have the swamp mammoth, you have the ice mammoth, and I'm guessing the ice mammoth boss is probably going to be built off of a similar but just scaled up model. So
Oh, yeah, I
saving
reckon.
it as a template. So
Added extra knockback strength, damage and range to Rock Golem's heavy slime attack.
balancing.
Increased Rock Golem's base melee damage by 70%. Why? He wasn't hitting hard enough?
Probably. I mean, if we get hit in the face by a boulder, I'm assuming it would hurt way more than getting shot, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just saying.
Ice Mammoth, skilled bird spawning. The maximum bird spawn rate dynamically change value based on nearby characters. Nice.
Hmm.
So even if you're with like 8 people in the open world, but you only fight 2 people, the Ice Mammoth is gonna be easier between quotes than if you
Yeah, just with
fight
8 people.
Ice Mammoth with like 8 people all simultaneously. Cool.
Yeah, makes more sense. But exactly what the distance would be interesting. Whether or not it's just the people, the number of players in the biome, for example. Because, yeah, I could shoot them from, miles away. Because I'm assuming it's quite a big rendered item. So if it's like, yeah, depends on how they measure it. It'll probably be like in a radius from the point, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah.
And there's a setup of ape junior
Yeah.
creatures. Yep. Unique event for when Rocket Golem loses some of its armor. Hammer Slug weapon. Ice Mammoth fixed replication issues on the pillar on the client. Client wasn't able to see ice pillars coming up due to timeline being on server only. Oh, I'm glad they fixed that. Otherwise, people playing on dedicated server or as a client in peer-to-peer sessions, they get impaled by an ice pillar before, and they can't even see it coming.
Yeah, it depends. Certain attacks.
Replace the main teleports in Outpost 09 temporary with the Ice Mammoth then entrance. And the one above. Reparenting then entrances to use the teleport main base class. So it's gonna be some teleportation-ish. Maybe similar to Ark with the Caves. Or it's like its own separate biome basically.
don't know, but we'll have to see.
Hmm.
But other than that, yeah, some hammer slot placement changes, legendary weapon slots.
Okay, so by the way, back in the, and there was something I missed back in the new content.
Uh,
Updated the internal to dropship texture with soul tribute added to one of the
yes,
post-it notes. I actually showed you that image. Let me
yes,
see
we
if I
did.
can quickly get it on screen in a stream. Uh, that's what it's gonna what it's gonna look like. So in the dropship, there's gonna be a new post-it note. I owe Sol everything. Say tribute to Sol.
Nice.
I
Yep.
think it's a nice touch.
Yeah, definitely is. Tower shards.
Yeah, I think we are. Oh yeah, shield no longer equips when holding a weapon with a thrown tag. So javelins, throwing knives, water bombs. You know, right now, like if you use a one-handed weapon, it automatically puts your shield on your offhand.
Mm,
It doesn't do it with the throwing weapons no more.
mm. Well,
Yeah, I think that's the gist of the patch notes.
indeed. So you're gonna do, what time do you want to start your main mission? Or showing off the cows, because you said you're gonna do that on your open,
Yeah, I'm like, let's hop into my main open world so I can buy the stuff without any regards for currency.
yeah, exactly. Makes sense.
So let's take like an 11-minute break and we'll be back at 30 past.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, so these were the patch notes, our weekly patch notes. Um, we're gonna take a break and I will be back in 10-11 minutes with a new stream with some gameplay where we will be testing out the calves and the milk and everything. So Carl, thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Nice being here.
Having a discussion is always better than just reading out loud.
Depends. You can who you ask.
True, true. But still, I
That's
think
nice.
this is better than just reading out loud.
Yeah, true. But yeah, we'll obviously get into the gameplay in a bit. So
Uh,
stay tuned.
As in, keep an eye on your Twitch notifications, because I'm gonna end this stream now, and we will be back in
Ah,
about 10 minutes with a new stream.
that's what I meant, indeed.
So, thanks for being here, and I hope I will see you folks around.